Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is Thymesia. If you guys truly have decided to come back and watch just one more, I'm hoping that this will in fact be just one more. I am recording these two videos, it'll be this one and Steel Rising, for Thursday and Friday. The very days you guys in fact will see this one. But I'm hoping whatever there is left to find, whatever there is left to figure out, however it is, or whatever it is I may need to combine in order to save the kingdom, hopefully I can figure it out this episode, so that we may start on the next game I have lined up. Because as we're going into October, I've got a couple of other things I'd like. Well, I've got another. Well, it's a prologue for another game that's coming later in October that I'd like to get done soon. Hopefully before we start the main game it belongs to. But I've gotten off track on a tangent that doesn't really matter to anyone but myself, so what we need to do... Oh, right, by the way, I saw on the loading screen, they actually told you the name of the woman who was the alchemist that, helped save the Hermes kingdom from the plague that everyone else was suffering from. And her name was Emerald. So it was obviously not Isemi, like I wondered in the previous episode. Let's be honest, rather ignorantly. Let's show her these other items before we move on to the next subquest. The transformed are very unique beings. We use alchemy to give the infected a new life, however that comes at a cost. But I sometimes wonder where you come from. What kind of person were you before? When teacher brought you here, she would not tell me. She said that researchers should not get too close to the experiments. Interesting. Now, I know I managed to remember who Varg is. Varg is the guy with the giant sword, who we took care of pretty easily. I mean, I know there were a lot of attempts at taking his life, but all in all, I figured out his pattern pretty quickly. And this is his pure core. Varg is a silent warrior. His actions speak for themselves, sacrificing himself for Hermes' kingdom. Enjoy your slumber, valiant warrior. The core of you shall be remembered as your final offering to Hermes. Then we have Erd's pure core. Erd being the woman, the princess, in fact, Isemi's sister, who we fought in the last episode. You were merely following my commands, doing what you ought to do. When the incident occurred, my sister was also largely responsible. For her, I will reverse what has been done. There is something else I want to do, since this is supposed to be the very last thing that we're... Hold on, can I... Hopefully this doesn't take that long. I'd like to get to the 86th one sometime today. 85. Then we can just burn through the Forgotten Feather. This one. I'm going to have 11 of those, and I think that's it for everything else, aside from the alchemy enhancers, which... Also, apparently there are 3 separate ingredients that we have not come across. Or 3 different ingredients, not separate. And I have no idea what they may be or where they may have, well, where they may come from. That's great, right? I know there was some other talent I wanted to unlock, but for the life of me, I can't remember right now. Hopefully, we'll remember later. For now, though, we've got work to do. And this is where we've fought an elite twice now? I don't know where to go, but the path is usually curated. Or linear, if you prefer that term. So getting lost is much less likely than one might imagine. Can't open that from this side. We always love... Hold on, is there a way I can go around? Because I do want the shiny. I don't need it. Won't be able to do anything with it. But you guys know I love my shinies. And anything between it and me has to die, so that I may have... Yeah, I thought I heard a bow being drawn. There we go. I could have sworn I dodged out of that. Moving on. And I don't remember if we actually finished leveling the bow or not, so that's disappointing. Yeah, I see you. I dodged. I was expecting a follow-up and it never came. Which is fine because thankfully you can interrupt your parries. That's where I came in. Well. For some reason, I saw the attack coming and I just sat there and let it happen. That does not appear to be anywhere I need to go. So go ahead. I want the stuff on the ground though, but I can't figure out how to get to it. So for now, we'll leave it Regardless, as I said, I want this to be the final episode, so hopefully we can get through this sub-quest pretty quickly and get to however we're supposed to get to the ending again, so we can try to re-choose the ingredients for Hermes' answer. Let me guess. An elite. I disagree with that. Yeah, you're the one that does that. Woo! I almost died there. We almost died for no reason. I could have healed. I have 3 potions left. Why didn't I heal? There is no answer to that question. Well, I figured I could have killed him soon, but I just messed up everything, okay? Civil Servant Notebook number 2. It all came from some information several months ago which originated in the lower region of the kingdom's borders in the Sea of Fools. The captain dispatched her most trusted soldiers to investigate and discovered that the circus was accumulating large amounts of alchemical waste. The source of the waste is clear, but as to who is commanding this still requires further investigation. I'm pretty sure we're done up here. And if that's the case, that means we need to go this way. And drop down in here. Figured that. I did not realize my health was that low. I thought I had completely forgotten to heal. Well, that's my mistake. We won't be fighting any of the enemies because the amount of what you would call it doesn't really matter. It's not like it'll take way too many memory fragments in order for us to be able to accomplish anything, so I'm not about to waste. I tried to dodge, but I just couldn't, so I ate a big old fat dick. Great. This place doesn't matter. I actually go over here. I think I will fight this guy up here. He's not up here anymore. Well. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to leave those things behind like that. There was a shielder. But he's probably down one of these other hallways. To the left or right. This one. There's an archer up above. Okay, he's not an archer. Okay. I disagree with that. Oh, I really do enjoy fighting the elites, though. Except for that guy. For some reason, I just find it's... How do I put it? I just... Every time I face the dual-wielding elite, I just can't be bothered. I'm overcome by this sense that I just can't be bothered to learn his attack pattern. All of his attacks are fast and short and, well, not short, but what's the word I'm actually looking for here? Actually, we could have leveled up there. Hold on. So, at the very least, what I wanted... This way. What I wanted to accomplish in the fight versus him was to keep attacking him until he parried my... until he deflected my attack, which I would then go directly into the greatsword plague weapon, using that to interrupt his combo or follow-up for that deflect. What the frick? I sure hope my analog stick isn't drifting, because I just this is the new controller and I just can't be bothered to buy another one. nothing else this way. I completely lost track of the fact that that guy was the enemy that I had been fighting for a second there, and I thought someone had slipped around behind me somehow. So I sort of dodged. It happens. Diary of an Unknown Knight number 2. But both within and without the nation's borders, frightening monsters are appearing in ever greater numbers. Brothers who have fallen in battle also grow in number. I'm willing to fight until the bitter end for my comrades, but why must we be sent to fight a war that is not our own? I don't know where this leads, so I don't know if I should actually drop down or not. We'll hold off on that until we find out if there's anywhere else we can go. Ah, I remember this. So this is where we came in. That might be where we have to go, but for now we'll keep looking. There's that, and then we can go down here. I know I pressed the parry button, but I don't. Yeah, there is a bit of an issue. Thankfully, this guy aggroed on me on his own. And now we can take care of the spearmen. 1v1. Don't think I didn't notice it. And then get hit by it. Oh, he's up there. One moment, please. I'll be back to deal with you shortly. I have sort of forgotten the controls for this game, mostly only because I've not played it anytime. Well, it's been a while since I last played it, but oh, it just goes back. Okay. Here, have this. So I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. No pun intended. Okay, so we've got something over there. Not entirely sure how to get there. We might have to go down and then up to get to that. So or Diary of a Knight's Mother, number 3. The last souvenir I received was the amulet I had given him. It was delivered to me by his Grand Master, gray armor. After all, Those who fall on the battlefield must be incinerated on the spot. The amulet was the only thing that could be brought back. All he said to me was, meaningless sacrifices like these will soon end. His voice was hoarse, like the sound of a blade on a whetstone. I will never forget it. So we've got another... Pretty sure down is where we need to go, but I prefer to be thorough and make absolutely certain. What? Oh, what? I swore I heard someone else. So I see him, but is he alone? No, he is not. Come along. I mean, I know I confirmed that there was no one in that corner, but I still felt it wise to double check, just in case. You don't get to do that here. An elite. At least we have 6 healing to deal with this guy. Or 6 potions. I was hoping that the charged plague claw would be enough to kill it, but apparently not if the green part of its health is not exposed. What did I pick up? It's cinnamon, right. Bow. Time to deal with this guy normally. Dang it. Bottles of Folk Potions, number 3. Rosemary, clove, lavender, mint, black pepper. These herbs induce pain-relieving anesthetic effects. Once mixed together and chewed upon, they can effectively reduce the pain induced by the disease. Hear a bow, so there's that at least. Yet, anyway. Oh, we've been here before. This is where we fought the dual wielder. Why then am I here? Ah. So which is the right way to go? I don't have what we're here for. I don't even know what that actually is. I don't see it there, so... This door just can't be opened. Okay, so I can't go down there from up here. Makes sense. I think I know where to go. I just have to figure out how to get back up. Might not even be able to. At least not easily. Ah, here we go. Great sword, I think. Gotta back off. I disagree with that. right, it's on cooldown. Because I could. I figured it wisest not to give the guy any marshalling order for the Knights of Pure Blood. Grey Armor has personally called for the marshalling of the 4 divisions for the King's birthday celebration to await instructions at the fortress. Those who divulge details of the order will be severely punished. Hey, good thing I turned around. Wouldn't have wanted to miss that. Achievement unlocked, completed memory. It looks like I'm going to have to beat the other Corvus again. Yeah, we've completed everything. And yet, I'm willing to bet we're still missing things from... Oh no, hold on. Yeah, we've got 2 missing. 3, 4... Jeez. Yeah, there are definitely places I have not fully explored. That's the real shame. Yep, I don't want to do this again. Well, at least it didn't take as long as it did previously. Unfortunately, we now have to make the gamble on whether or not we have... Well, we have to have the correct combination of things we need in order to save people with Hermes' answer, but I'm still not entirely certain on what it might be. Okay, so what I'm thinking is the sound of the Abyss's core should be able to consume the vile blood, since that's what it was able to do. So I'm hoping combining that with Erd's core is what we need to do, because I really don't want to do that fight again. So, were we right or were we wrong? An unknown and chaotic power slowly corroded the land, affecting each individual differently. Some organisms turned into monsters, while some monsters were miraculously healed. The transformed, however, they grew inconceivably grotesque. Alchemy is a sophisticated practice that ought not be wantonly used. Even a few minuscule changes could produce a cascade of unpredictable effects. Perhaps if more details could be recalled, things would turn out different. And again. Seems like the problem is Erd's core then, not the sound of the Abyss's core. And again. So it's Erd's core that's causing things to descend into chaos. And I'm considering that maybe. I had already been considering that the Hanged Queen's core might be part of the answer. But let's see. I don't know if Erd's core is completely useless or not. We'll find out. Sooner or later. And it looks like this isn't it either. The effects of Hermes' answer permeated the entire kingdom, and all organisms were granted with the blessing of pure blood. The pain and suffering gradually faded from the land. The wandering creatures' power waned, and they eventually perished. Those who had been blessed, on the other hand, grew ever stronger. Though the monsters had disappeared, ambitious power seekers grew in greater number. Various power factions sought to lure in researchers, and all kingdoms struggled to gain control of the alchemical sciences. Thymesia and Corvus left the kingdom with the research obtained from Hermes' answer. They knew that those who had been corrupted by power would always lust for more. Lusting for a power that could change the world. And through my dissatisfaction that, I healed the world and yet humans did human things, this is the truth. Now, I could probably try to find I know we did the pure blood, or the vile blood ending, where the world just changed and that was the end of humanity. And I know we did, I guess, the mixed blood ending. And that was the pure blood ending you just saw. I don't know if there could be another ending. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Thymesia. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen thus far. Next week, we will return with Jack Move. I hope it's good because I haven't played it, looked at it, launched it. I haven't done anything aside from pick it up. So, here's hoping that there's something else interesting coming down the line. As for this game, you guys should know, at least, I would hope you would know, that you would understand just how much I enjoyed this game. I endured fighting other Corvus multiple times, mostly for the fact that I just was irritated with the idea of having to redo the fight. And I just figured, it'd be nice if I didn't have to. Which of course put me in the mindset where not wanting to be bothered, I didn't bring my A game, and of course he, killed me. And of course I came back and ultimately won, as you do. But even through that, it's like the fight isn't that hard. The only problem is that other Corvus, like yourself, is very slippery. So I realized, of course, that it might have been obvious previously, but, to you guys, I mean. But he uses his spear plague weapon a lot, like, heavily. So if you combo him and make him dodge out of your combo, he'll then almost guaranteed follow up with the spear. And the spear offers you an opportunity to do some good damage to his fortified health and his true health underneath. The only real problem is his saber combo, which is actually probably his most damaging offensive combo. Yeah, it definitely is, doing about 86 damage per hit. And the final hit does, I think, 113. So it's his most dangerous combo by a country mile. That said, once you realize the pacing of the combo, it's just a matter of not getting killed by it as you try to deflect its hits and do as much damage as possible to him. During it with the deflect, and after with the plague weapon, your plague claw. But I've gotten off on a tangent about the fight. Anyway, I really, really did enjoy this game. It's a shame that it's so short. Like, it's really a shame that it's so short. But it's just so high quality everywhere else. I've said it before in videos with this game, of this game, and of others. It's just so good. The combat is so fluid and responsive. Any mistakes you make, you feel, there are times I've been hit and quite a number of times actually, where I felt like it wasn't my fault, but I'd wager about half of those it actually was my fault. I just had gotten so into the lull of combat that I just wasn't paying attention to something that I should have been. And yet, the game is still just so good. So if you don't want to pay full price for it, I suggest you wait for one of the many sales that Steam offers and pick the game up then. And if you need to figure out what to do, where, or how to beat something, you know what videos to come back and watch. Now, I will grant you that it will be borderline impossible to find specific videos on certain bosses because, well, no, I'm pretty sure I tagged the bosses that we fought in each video so that they should be easy to find. I might have missed one, and none of the elites have been named or added to the tag. So if you're having issues with them, it's more of just you have to fight them until you figure them out. And with the dual wielder, just avoid the guy and pick him, just whittle his health down from a distance if you can. Nevertheless, that's going to do it for our outro, for our series on Thymesia. Again, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. And so with all that said, no matter how, no matter why, no matter when, no matter where, we will see you next time.
We see